Welcome to I Love This Thing So Fricking Much, a podcast about passion. My name is Sophie Katz, and today I am joined by Ben, a proud dog dad. Welcome to the show, Ben.
Hi, Sophie. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So, here is how this works. Ben will have 3 minutes to talk about something that he loves. This can be a person, place, thing, concept, activity, anything he wants. Our only requirement is that he loves it wholeheartedly and wants to tell us why. Are you ready, Ben?
I hope so.
I think you are. Alright, got my timer here. Now, what do you love so fricking much?
Alright. Wow, I even heard the timer. This is serious. So what I love so freaking much is my dog. His name is Buddy. He's a mini Australian Shepherd. But to understand my love for my dog, I guess you have to start at the way beginning. When I was very, very little, my dream in life was to have a dog of my own. And I guess my my realism mindset kind of set in early, because as other people want to, become an astronaut or do all these crazy things, my dream was to have a dog. So I wanted a dog so much that I actually, in third grade, I believe it was, I stood in front of the class during show and tell and told everybody that I actually had a dog when I did not have a dog. And then the next day I came in and I told everybody that the dog that I did not have had puppies. Clearly, I did not understand how any of that worked. Of course, I was in third grade, so that's a little understandable. But that was probably the only lie that I told in my life, and I learned that lesson very quickly. So the first dog that I had in my life was actually a Shih Tzu named Chip. I got him, I think, while I was 13, and now he's actually 15, which, if you do that math, you'll find out how old I am. And then he was a very energetic puppy. Of course, now he is deaf and real grumpy about it, which is understandable, because if I was deaf, I would be a little grumpy too. And now, flash forward, I don't know how many years it's been, my girlfriend and I started talking about getting a dog. We've been talking about it for a few months ago. And finally, our lease was done, and we were finally leaving our apartment and leaving roommates and going into our first apartment by ourselves. And we figured that now would be a good time to start looking. And we did start looking, and of course, the first place that we go to, it was called Breeders Pick Puppies, and it was a great place. Everybody was super nice. So if you're looking for a dog, it's in Orlando. And the first place that we find, we walk in and we see...
Go ahead and finish your thought. You're getting to the good part of the story, though.
Was that 3 minutes already?
That was 3 minutes. Tell us, is this how you got Buddy?
Oh, my God. Yes.
Go on. We're at the dramatic point. Tell us about getting Buddy.
Oh, yeah. So when he saw us for the first time, he was so excited that he peed. And that's how we knew that he was going to be our dog.
That's a great story, Ben. Thank you for coming and telling us about your dog today.
Yeah, you're welcome. I thought I had a lot more time.
Well, we can keep talking. Tell us a little more about Buddy. You said that he is an Australian Shepherd. Can you describe that kind of dog to me?
Yeah, so the thing that everybody loves most about him are his ears. They're kind of like Chihuahua ears, if you know, like they're like very fluffy, kind of poofy almost. And they kind of stick up a little bit and hang. So that's his like defining quality or physical trait, I guess, that everybody points out. He also has like a little stub for a tail, and it moves super quick.
About how big is Buddy?
So Buddy's actually a mini Australian Shepherd. So he's about 20 pounds. They usually get between like 20 to 25 pounds to be a mini Australian Shepherd. We live in an apartment, so we didn't want to get that big of a dog. And the actual Australian Shepherd is about 60 pounds, so they're pretty big.
Yeah, it's a good apartment size for a good apartment size dog. Do you take him out?
Yeah, we figured.
Do you take him out on walks every day?
Yes, and that's the crazy thing about this type of dog. And we were looking at Australian Shepherds from the start. That's kind of the dog that we thought that we were going to get. And so everybody would tell us that they're very energetic and very hyper and everything like that. And my girlfriend and I, we both grew up with dogs and everything like that. So we kind of know the whole puppy drill and how they're all energetic. So, we took everything that everybody said with a grain of salt. But this dog has an insane amount of energy. So when we take him out for a walk, and we take him out for like a 2-mile walk, around our apartment complex, and in the heat of Florida, we're completely dead by the time that we come back. And Buddy still has a ton of energy. If you're thinking about getting an Australian Shepherd, they will have a ton of energy. Listen to everybody. They are telling you the truth.
It sounds kind of like when people talk about their toddlers, that the adults are ready for bed, but the kid just wants to keep going.
Yeah, oh my God, it's crazy. And what's so funny about him is that even when he's tired, he needs someone to put him into his bed.
Aww.
Or else he'll just be up and falling on his face while playing. He has that much energy. Yeah.
Does he have any favorite games or treats or anything like that?
He loves balls, which is funny because when he was a puppy, he did not touch any of the balls. I think just because his mouth was so tiny. But now that he can actually hold a ball in his mouth, he loves it. He loves playing fetch. He'll bring us any of his toys to play fetch with him. Or just to throw it. And what's really cute is that we have a hardwood floor in our apartment. And so he'll scramble all over the place because there's no, he can't grip on the floor.
It sounds a bit...
It's super cute.
Yeah. It sounds adorable and also a bit slapstick.
Yes, very much so. He does have a very good sense of humor, which is very funny.
Is there anything that you don't like about having a dog? And if so, how do you handle that?
I wouldn't say I dislike this because it's just different. But I feel like the time that before we had the dog, I don't know how we filled that time. Because now that we have a dog, our lives are completely changed and we can't go out as often as we did and, everything like that. And we have a lot of more responsibilities because, obviously we want to keep our dog, happy and healthy and all that. So we can't stay out too long or else, he's going to have to go out and all those types of things. So it's just funny to think about our lives beforehand and what did we do with all that time? Do
you ever, is it a challenge to balance your life with this responsibility for this animal that's depending on you and maybe all the other things you want to do as a human?
I mean, definitely it's a big life change. So, if anybody wants a dog out there that's listening, it's definitely a lot more than just something cute living in your house. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. And it's a 24-hour job, to take care of an animal or a pet or anything that you have.
Do you have any other advice for someone who is thinking about getting a dog and maybe has never had one before?
Well, if you've never had a dog before, I would definitely do research first to find if it's the right pet for you because they do need a lot of attention and a lot of love. They're not something like fish that you can just kind of keep there and look at whenever you want. You're kind of by their schedule now.
They want to walk, if they want to play, if they want to eat. You gotta help them.
Exactly. But if you're thinking about getting a dog, definitely worth it. Just make sure you're ready.
Sounds like it's been a source of a lot of love and laughter in your life.
Oh, of course.
Ben, thank you so much for telling us about something you love today.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me.
And thank you, our listeners, for tuning in today. If you would like to learn more about our guest Ben and his dog, you can find his social media information in the episode description. And don't forget to use the hashtag #LoveThisThingCast to tell us about the things you love. I Love This Thing So Freaking Much is a production of Through the Window Media. This episode was directed by Sophie A. Katz and edited by Melissa Block. You can find us at Through the Window on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Tumblr. That is THROU The Window at all those social media sites. Be good to yourself, be kind to each other, and you'll hear from us again soon.